Hi everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review for the final episode of PICARD of this season 2 before we get into season 3. So yeah, this episode's entitled Farewell. So let's just talk about it, shall we? The good and the bad. So farewell, this episode. Now, before watching this, I did watch Strange New Worlds, which I also reviewed. You can go and check that out. Fantastic. And before that, Doctor Strange into Multiverse of Madness. If that interests you at all, you can go and check that out. So why not check those out and subscribe to the channel. I will be reviewing every episode of Strange New Worlds as well. So this episode, this finale, does it work? Doesn't it work? Let's talk about it. Just adjusting my seat in there, get a bit more comfy. So yes, so obviously this episode continues direct after the last one. The Europa mission is close to occurring. Picard and crew have got to ensure that Renee is on board that for the future to happen. So again, they split up into their groups. Talis and Picard go off to help Renee, whereas Rios, Seven and Raffi go to hunt down Data, Sung. They go to Sung's place because they're sort of directed there via a voice communication, but it's only a recording and this sort of a thing, whereas Sung is actually at the site of departure, so he's got to be stopped there. But with Raffi and them, like, they come to learn that even though they've been brought to this place, there is something going on with these drones that are going to be set off, and they go and stop the mission. They go and destroy the mission from ever occurring. So they've got to put a stop to that. The drones do get launched, and they manage to override one of them, destroying the other drones, but not before the drones have inadvertently or advertently killed or shot who they believe to be Renee, but it's not Renee Picard, it's Talis and all this sort of thing. So this element of the story, it sort of beggars belief why Dr. Sung would put something in place to draw the crew away to his place, to keep them away from him at this place, whereas he's drawing them to the place where the drones are being set off from and this sort of thing. Doesn't make very much sense, and where they've got the computers, all the computer and the programs there to stop them and override them. Poor writing, I don't know. But yeah, so his plan gets scuppered anyway, and he gets a message from his daughter. She's like wiped all his files, so he's very upset and this sort of thing. But then he finds a file with Khan written on it. So do you know what I mean? So events, they manage, the Europa mission goes ahead, all fun, all good, all fine. Then Q pops up for his obligatory cameo, because that's all he's had throughout this series, is a cameo. If you saw my review last week, you saw that I'd done a little chat between the programme showrunner and the casting agent for John Delancey. If you can go and check that out. But anyway, so yeah, so Q pops up, and these scenes are great. The scenes between Picard and John Delancey, or Patrick Stewart and John Delancey, they're very good. They're very, very strong, very well directed. But what it is, it's drawn into our subconscious, into our psychology of what we knew that came before. That's why these scenes worked. Also, the appearance of Wesley Crusher, again, that was fantastic. You know, to see him again was top notch. But again, it's drawing into that fandom within inside you and resonating these feelings of the past. And you get it again when Guinan is at the end of the show. You get all this stuff. The other stuff doesn't particularly work too well. This is an episode of two halves in that I enjoyed it, and there's some stuff I just rolled my eyes at. Some I've already covered. The very end with the Bald Queen turning back up and being Agnes, that was obviously signposted anyway. But she's come to help the Federation at the end of it. Yeah, there's this big anomaly has appeared, massive anomaly, and it's going to wipe out their sector of the galaxy. But a dozen ships harmonising their deflector shields will stop it. Again, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because the potential power of this anomaly and the minimal power of some deflector shields on you know, a dozen ships or 20 ships seems minimal in comparison, and you're weighing it up and you're thinking, is this, doesn't really make too much sense. Again, poor writing. Problem is with this series, it's 10 episodes was too long for what it wanted to do. 10 episodes were far too long, I will say that. There's a lot of elements that have occurred that are just throwaway episodes, stuff that didn't need to happen. I highlighted this last week, or when Picard escaped from the FBI agent, or got away from the FBI agent, got his, you know, worked his way out. When Raffi approached him in the bar in that last episode and said, "Where have you been?" "Oh, never mind, Picard, we don't need to know." No, you don't need to know, because it weren't relevant to the story. And these are those sort of elements that I mean that just weren't required, that they stretch the story out far longer than it needed to be. The other issue I've got is that this series was billed as the return of Q. Yeah, Q's going to return. He's going to be the big bad. He was hardly in it. He was hardly in this series. He could have done his filming in a day. He popped up in a cameo every now and then. That was pretty much it. It was very strong what happened to him at the end. I liked the ending with Q. I liked the stuff between him and Picard. Superb. But again, like I said, the psychology of it resonating with what came from before. That's what this is all about. That's what it's fed into. This inner feelings, and it's giving you stuff in these small bits that make you think this is really good, but overall it isn't. So why can't we get a series written like this to really resonate? And that's what they're trying to move into with the next season. You know, the writing in this one was it's just atrocious. I mean, I beggars belief, really. I really love to know what went on in that writer's room. You know, I mean, I've done a lot of reading and research into that, and I've managed to get some footage from that writer's room, which I'll play for you right now. Okay everyone, so as I look around this room, I see a lot of self-proclaimed talented writers amongst you. Now, you're my team of writers. I don't know what happened on Star Trek Season 1 of Picard. I was asleep for most of it, and that's because of you lot. You put me to sleep because it was so damn boring. The audience fell asleep. No one liked it. It was the worst. It was the worst goddamn Star Trek series I have ever seen. There's people out there who didn't even know it existed. Jesus Christ. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little get together now. We're going to get our minds melded, and we're going to go around this room and we're going to throw out ideas for this next season of Star Trek, for this second season of Star Trek. We're going to make it something special. Now, what I want from you is I want you to think about those things that made Star Trek from the past special, those things that the fans latch onto and really remember. I want each of you, I want an idea from each of you. Right? And no nonsense about Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. That's already been done. JJ tried it, JJ failed. Okay? Now, where are we going to start? Let's start this side. Pew, pew. How about some time travel, like in the whale film? Well, dear boy, I don't see why we couldn't venture into the depths of maybe the mirror universe. People tend to like that. Ahem. What'd I miss? What was the cue? Cue, did you say? Fantastic idea. How about the Borg Queen? Borg Queen, you say? 1 minute. 4-star taxis, where do you want to go? No, it's me. Geezer who hired Delancey off you last week, remember? Oh, what can I do for you? Okay, I need a list of women off you. Off your books. Someone who can play the Borg Queen. The Borg Queen? Didn't she die? Give me 24. Data again? Okay, now that is a fantastic idea. And which idea would that be? Why, all of them, of course. How could we fail? So there we go. We can see the ineptitude that went into the writing for this show. That's how it was, pretty much. Anyway, but no, I don't know if I enjoyed it or not. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed elements of this episode, but I don't know if I was on a high from watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Doctor Strange before that, and that high has sort of fed into this. I don't really know. Anyway, tell me your thoughts on the episode down below. Please do. I would really love to know what you thought of this series overall, what you thought of this episode. You know, is it great Star Trek? Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know. Hit the subscribe button. Check out Strange New Worlds. Those episodes will be reviewed also. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care all and goodbye.